new breed of young entrepreneurs have made the decision to take their destinies in their hands. They are determined to not only improve their lives, but to also positively impact the lives of others. With a burning determination to succeed, they are establishing businesses in diverse sectors of the Nigerian economy, including the media, information technology, entertainment, and manufacturing. This series examines their journey to imminent success. Welcome to the Future Force. Olufemi Chris is a founder and senior manager of Hessplast Packaging Industries, a manufacturing company specializing in the production of plastic bags. Olufemi has a HND from the Lagos State Polytechnic. After getting his degree, he proceeded to get practical experience in the establishment and management of various types of industries. Olufemi had always aspired to set up his own business and had no intention of going into paid employment.
I've been on the street for like, let me say 6-7 years. Try one or two things. Mainly I've been around the world of industrialization. I have passion for industry. So I've been learning from one company or the other. Not really as if I'm working, maybe go there, gain some experience and move on. I've been doing that for the past, let me say 8-9 years now. I've never worked for any company before. I've been working for myself as an entrepreneur. You know, sometimes you do buying and selling, sometimes you prepare feasibility study, I say something will come out of it. At the end of the day, we are still moving on.
Olufemi's interest in industrialization was greatly increased by the realization that in spite of a challenging business environment, several foreign companies have set up manufacturing plants in the country. After doing some research, he decided to focus on plastic recycling.
Passion. Not really passion for plastic industry, but passion for industrialization. At a time in my life, I'll be asking myself, why are all these Chinese, Indians, Pakistan, why are they here in Nigeria? I've listened to people that say, you know, power challenge and all that. And when thinking of this issue of power, there's no power, so I can't do this, I can't do that, I begin to have interest in why are they coming in if we really have this power challenge that we claim. So I begin to list out numbers of products that I think we need around here. You know, plastic is one of them, water processing, socks making. I have like close to 20 or so. So when the opportunity come up for me, I just decide to pick one, which happened to be plastic industry now, and that is where we are now.
Prior to setting up Hessplast, Olufemi conducted extensive research that took him all the way to China. This experience, however, made establishing Hessplast a bit easier.
For like 7-8 years now, I have this experience of procurement. And that's the first place I started from then, while we were on the street. I took the decision that, okay, Femi, if these Chinese are coming in, you two go to China. So I gathered all the money I could then, and I get myself ticket to Guangzhou. I traveled to China for like a month. I was there. I visit virtually every company I have contact with. You know, I sat down with them. Guys, what are you doing here? How are you doing it? I saw the plastic factory that employed like 400 workers. You know, I was touched that, what's happening here? You know, I was in their factory, how they process the machinery and all that. And from there, I started a kind of relationship with them, moved to other company. You know, and by the time I came back to Nigeria, when this issue of starting my own came up, I find it very easy. Because what I just, instead of buying the extruder or cutting machine right here in Nigeria, what I just to place an order with them, you know, and we moved the machine down to there. It's not an easy task anyway, you know, with the process of Nigerian custom and all that, but we thank God that we break through, and we have all the machine here, right from China.
After many years of consulting, Olufemi's ambition to start his own business became a reality. He established Hessplast Packaging Industries.
Hessplast does processing of recycling waste and use it to produce shopping bags. We convert waste, what we call waste. To me, it's not waste. That waste for me is raw material. We convert what we call waste or raw material to shopping bags. That's what we're doing in Hessplast.
Olufemi takes us through the process of producing shopping bags by providing a vivid description of the entire process from start to finish.
We have different kind of waste. We have what we call low density, that's light material, and we have what we call high density, that's a thick material. Like all these pure water nylon, they fall under low density. Our product fall under between low and high density. We have to bring the two together. So at the time we get waste, for example, from airport, there's this kind of waste that we get from an international airport, that those people that bring goods in. The packing nylon, very thick and durable. So when you get something like that mixed with pure water nylon, we call it waste. By the time you blend the two together, you get like 50-50%, 50 from low, 50 from high. So that's all we use. We use that one as what we call recycling material. They mix with virgin material. With that, we are good to go. You get your waste. If you have clean waste, you don't have issue. But if you have something like dirty waste, you have to clean it up. In some cases, you need dryer to dry it up. As after washing, you dry it up, then you grind. The grinding comes in two processes. There's one we call wet grinding. That's what we have outside here. You can do wet grinding. There's another one we call palletizing. Palletizing is more complex, and we do that one mainly for high density. Now, by the time you do that, you have, let's say, wet grinding or palletizing, 50% of that. Then with your virgin material, you mix them together. You run them through a extruder. Some people call it blower. You run them through your extruder, you get what we call rope. After that process, you take it through cutting machine. Now left for cutting machine to cut them to sizes and give it a handle shape. It's such a simple process.
Olufemi has come a long way from his early days of helping others set up their own businesses to establishing one of his own, and has recorded several achievements along the way. But what he is especially proud of is the knowledge that he has been able to create a good reputation for his products. He is excited at the knowledge that he now has to work even harder to ensure that this reputation remains intact.
I can say confidently that no market you will enter in Lagos today that will not talk about Hesspoly. We've been able to build that brand with high quality. You know, I know little about machinery, so I get myself the best. Like our cutting machine, it's not just ordinary cutting machine, it's auto punching, you know, the alignment is and everything. So today we have that name. Even though we didn't have capacity to meet our demand, but we have the name. Today we can't take our market, our products to market. We say, no, we don't want S-Mark. No, they really. So for me, the first thing that we say I've achieved so far is that name. I have a name. It's just for me to meet up with the challenge that the name has brought to us.
Olufemi describes the early days of Hessplast as one of the most challenging periods of his life. He was faced with an acute shortage of electricity, a massive challenge for a business that primarily relies on power. A lot of capital was spent on the purchasing and maintenance of generators, a development that dealt a blow to his financial projections.
Power, and power. For us to succeed in plastic industry, you need regular power. For example, let me set an example. Our extruding machine, what we call blower. For a extruding machine to pick up, it needs to heat up like 2 hours Now it means that you have to on the machine waiting for 2 hours for it to heat up. Now imagine if you're having lights like 8 hours a day or 10 hours, it means that you are producing below your capacity, which is 8 hours a day, when you heat up your machine for 2 hours and you are producing for 10 hours. So the main challenge for us is power. We try to find a way out of it by bringing in more generator, but it's not easy for us. I could remember when we were in Agric then, I was using 250 liters diesel daily. 250 liters on daily basis for us to run 24 hours. And for us, the market is there. In this industry, the market is there. So the challenge is that how do you meet up with the demand? So we just have to, we want to get our name out there. So we are not afraid even to run on generator. But after 6 months, we call ourselves to that this is not going to work. So the main challenge for us is power. Is power.
Doing business in Nigeria is a daunting task for any entrepreneur. However, Olufemi sees opportunities amidst the difficulties. He feels that challenges make you work hard, and this will eventually result in success.
Challenges of doing business in Nigeria, I will turn it around as an opportunity of doing business in Nigeria. We have the challenges, but the truth of the matter is this. If you have enough capacity, I mean inward capacity, to surmount those challenges that we call it, it's actually an opportunity. Okay, for example, when we're coming to this site, the idea was, why are you going to that place? You know, the place is rough, virgin land. And for me, it's not about how far. For me, it's about what am I going there for? Here I am, I have constant light. So initially I was looking at it, oh, how will I be moving from my end to this place and all that? So the challenge is there. We have a lot of challenges around Nigeria, you know, even movement of delivery van. It's not easy. You meet area boys on the road, police is there and all that. Even the issue of staff, that one is another thing, you know. But in all that, I wouldn't call it challenge. I would call it a kind of motivation, things that keep you going. Because the moment you stop have those challenges, then you relax. For me, so the more challenge, the more energy. That's it for me.
Olufemi is of the opinion that there are not enough operators to meet the demand for manufactured products, a demand that also spreads to countries outside Nigeria. His advice is for more entrepreneurs to embrace industrialization, as the potential for profit making is very high.
I won't use the word competition. For me, I see it as opportunity. Plastic industry is a very wide industry. For example, we concentrate on shopping bags. Shopping bags were like, let's say 6 or 7 line. We have 2-1, we have 2-2, we have 2-4. For like a year plus, and we've only concentrated on one line, the smallest one of it. And even at that, you will not be able to meet up. So I don't see it as competition. It's just you concentrate on what you know how to do best. The market is there. The market is huge. You won't believe that some company here in Nigeria say import polythene shopping bags. They say import. So the question is that, okay, if we are doing enough here, why will people still import? In Cameroon, they depend on Nigerian market. In Republic of Benin, they depend on Nigerian market. So we still need to do more. For me, the market is there. I will encourage more people to come in.
Olufemi's primary motivation to be self-employed was also driven by the fear that if he went into paid employment, he would not be able to make enough money to live the life he desired for himself and his family.
Do you know why I have never worked for anybody? I think they can't pay me enough. That was my thinking. For me, the question is, if I'm working in a bank, how much are they going to pay me? Let's assume they pay me 100K. And my vision is, where do I want to stay? What kind of school do I want my kids to attend? What kind of house do I want to build? By the time I put all the calculation on basic salary. Maybe I need to work for like 20 years to start raising my own family. So the question for me is, hey, you need to look for other alternative. And for me, the other alternative is start your own business. There's this word I used to say, I don't know if I'm wrong or right. I said you can't have breakthrough if you are doing salary work. I don't know. But for me, it's not working that way. No matter how brilliant you are in your salary work, the best thing they can do is just to give you some bonuses. That's it for me. So the passion to do more, to get more, push me to the street, push me to the world of industrialization.
Olufemi regards a grant he received from the government as the primary reason he was able to start his business faster than he imagined.
You win. Destiny saver. You know, for like 5-6 years of my life, I've been developing business plan for people. You know, I come up with what I call a business plan, complete business plan. I'll tell you, sir, if you have 20 million, I'm still doing that up till now. Okay, if you have 20 million, I can set up a factory for you, you know, plastic factory, water factory, sauce making. I have like 20, 30 of them. And anytime I set up this factory for people, you know, and they're making money, after 6 months, I go back and I see what they're doing. Oh, these guys are making money. You know, I will have this nudge in my mind. Femi, when are you going to start your own? Until I saw this advert on Vanguard newspaper. And the friend told me that there's this program by federal government called You Win. You know, first thing I said, oh, all this federal government thing, you know, they are not real. They are not real. And the guy persuaded me that, let me give it a try. Reluctantly, I dropped my business plan in stage 1. Stage 2, they picked me up. You know, until the day that we did the final interview, what we call a validation, I never believed in You Win. I never. And I was opportune to be the first set of the winner. You see, You Win has helped me to collapse vision of 10 years to a year. Because I imagine myself, if I keep on setting factory for people, you know, you buy machine from China, you set it up, how much are they paying? Maybe 5% of the whole total cost. And how many years will I do that to save up to what I'm having now? With the help of You Win, I'll be able to collapse those long time. And You Win has turned my life around, to be sincere. And I was opportune to meet Mr. President while we were on this exclusive visit to Aso Rock to say thank you. And I look at the man and I say, sir, from the bottom of our heart, we say thank you. For me, it's not about making any noise. For me, it's about, let's say it the way it is. This man has done well for Nigerian youth. Today, we have like 2,500 awardee. And another set is coming up now. So in the next 1 year, we have like 3,600 awardee. So far, so good. We've created over 20,000 jobs in Nigeria. And we are still doing more. For example, if I increase my capacity now, it means I have to get more staff. So through You Win, my life has turned around for better. And more lives are joining me as well.
Olufemi's vision is to become the leading plastic manufacturer in Nigeria. He also wants to help other entrepreneurs establish manufacturing companies in different sectors of the economy.
My vision for Hessplast is in two folds. The one is to multiply Hessplast beyond myself. And this is what I mean. I want to set up the same company for others, not for me alone. My vision is to see that at least somebody in the family have a factory. Go to China and see what is happening. Consider the population of Nigeria. What we need is not this white-collar job. We need our guys on the field. Imagine for me to get a student operator, I have to get them, train them myself. So my vision for Hessplast is beyond Hessplast, is to replicate what I'm doing here in other areas. As many people that have interest to start a factory, not only in plastic, water processing, salt processing, food processing, any kind of industry. That's my vision. And for Hessplast, I'm believing God in the next 10 years, we should be able to run Ominic, the giant plastic producer in Nigeria, out of this country. It's not for bad anyway. I think as a son of the soil, we need to take charge. Why Indians, Chinese, why are they coming here to take over from us? So if we are not ready, if we are not buoyant enough, we can't run it. So in the next 10 years, my plan, my vision is to say, guys, enough. Go back to India, we want to take over. That's my vision.
Olufemi Chris Akinkwebe is an entrepreneur driven by passion for industrialization, a desire he wants to instill in other entrepreneurs.
Industrialists. You know, when I was looking at industry afar then, I was thinking, if Dangote can start cement line, sugar processing line, I think it's not big deal. But come inside and see what is going on, it's not easy, to be sincere. If you can have your plan right, let me borrow the word from my pastor, Reverend Sam. He said, if you can get it right on paper, then you are almost 90% true. If you can sit down, draw out your plan, get it right, and follow it through. My advice for every young Nigerian is very simple. Get it right on paper. Get it right inside you. Once you get it right inside you, it's what you have inside that you bring out. Even when the challenges are coming, you just see them as they are just by side. So for me, it's get it right. Intangible, that's what I call it. I call it tangible resources. Get it right within. And you bring it from within, drop it on paper. Then you see it coming. You know, out of this passion for industrialization, I said it earlier that I traveled to China then, around 2004. And since then, I began to come up with this idea of how can we start this production? Whenever I discover any production, what I do is just, okay, next month I gather myself, travel down to China, go to where they are producing the same product. Sometimes you disguise as if you want to come and buy, but the idea is just to get the know-how. How are they doing it? And over time, I've been able to gather close to like 20, 22 of that kind of line. My passion or my intention now is to give it out to people, as many that are willing to start their own industry. It's not necessarily for you to start plastic industry. We have other lines. PVC, PC, POP. Imagine today, ShopRite is still importing polythene bags. ShopRite. And they are here in Nigeria. We have other companies like that still import POP. So why can't we start that in Nigeria? So my passion is to help as many that have the passion to start their own industry. I know it's not easy. It's not easy. You need huge fund of money. But let's take this issue of, there's so much. We have money in Nigeria. If 2, 3 people can come together and bring resources together, they can start their own line. They can start their own factory. Beyond plastic, water processing, bottle blowing, sauce making, food processing. Imagine, there was a lady I was discussing with a few weeks ago from Nasarawa, and she narrated that story that it will get to a season in Nasarawa that you'll be pressing raw tomatoes on the street. So the question, why are we not processing tomatoes? What does it take to process tomatoes? Complete tomato processing line is less than 5 million. If you invest 5 million, in 6 months you get your money back. So for me, my passion is to get that across to many Nigerians that really want to do it. Now, assuming in this season now, we have what we call walnut. Every corner of Lagos, Southwest, you see walnut. And after 3 months, walnut will disappear. The question is, what are we doing with walnut? You can actually turn walnut to powder. What do you need to do? Maybe flash dryer. Dry it up, blend it, and package it. Walnut is highly medicinal. You can mix it with your food. You can add it to your beverage. You can add it to anything. What are we doing about that? Look at cashew. A lot of waste products around here, as in waste goods that we are not even looking at. So for me, I have passion for that. And I'm working on many of them. Presently, we have nothing less than 20 that are ready-made. If you come, we give you complete package. If you have 20 million, if you have 10 million, you can start this line and you can make your money in the next 6 months. I'm Olufemi Chris Akinkwebe, Senior Manager of Hessplast Packaging Industry. I am a future force.